Happy solar return to all you Aries out there. It is now Aries season. We're jumping right into Aries right now. So I want to do a special on the Aries archetype. So whether you have Sun in Aries, Moon in Aries, Mercury, Mars, Venus in Aries, whatever it might be, or maybe you have a planet in the first house of your astrology chart. Either way, I'm going to go over Aries in depth in this video. So let's jump in. Aries is the archetype of the emperor. It is also the archetype of the warrior, the pioneer, and the independent. This is like the beginning of the zodiac. It's the start of the astrological new year during Aries. So Aries is a new energy, a cardinal energy. It likes to start things, right? If you know an Aries or you are an Aries, you know that you're very initiating. You like to begin things. You like to start things. You like spontaneity, very fiery, right? It's a fire sign, and fire is all about excitement and high energy. Aries likes to move. They like movement. They like change. This type of archetype is a very movement, action-oriented type of archetype. So let's talk about, beyond just understanding just the archetype, let's talk about how it plays out in each sign, or each planet, I mean. So the Aries sun person, for all of you out there having your birthday this month, right? The sun moves through a sign in 30 days approximately. So if you have sun in Aries, then you are learning to express Aries in a healthy way in this lifetime. It's good for you to take on that archetype because sun means that is your brightest path. There is a duality to each sign. There's the negative duality, the negative part of that duality, and the positive expression of that sign. So you could say negative expression, positive expression. So the positive expression is what you are, what you should be really expressing, right? And in this case, that would be self-assertion, independence, confidence, and taking action in a healthy way. Those are all the archetypes that you should be embracing in this lifetime. So not like pushing people away or anything like that. That would be more the negative expression of it. It would be embracing your own independence and individuality, and also embracing others as well and their independence and individuality. So just like the sun Aries, somebody with Ascendant Aries, or also called the rising sign Aries, this person would also be impatience, almost like spontaneity and impatience, could be a bit even abrupt, always wanting to move forward, a little bit in a rush in life usually. And it can come from childhood, but it can also be suppressed by childhood, depending on factors in the birth chart. So yeah, you could say Aries, sun, rising, and moon are all a bit impatient and all about like taking action and starting things, right? Let's move on to the moon, right? Moon in Aries. The moon represents your emotional body, your subconscious tendencies. So the tendencies to react, your inner child. So this person, if you have moon in Aries or moon in the first house, you would have this more like competitive, a little bit combative, just like the sun and the rising, right? Big on self-assertion. And can have some issues in life, especially because they're very reactive and combative usually. So this moon, it comes from your past lives, right? So your moon, the way that you respond, it comes from past lives and even childhood too. So you learned a lot of times when you have Aries or even first house moon, you have learned that it's important for you to assert yourself. To feel secure, to feel confident, to feel like, okay, I've got this. I can take care of myself. Like, don't be aggressive towards me. I'll be aggressive back in a type of way. So it's a little bit of an aggressive moon. And it might not be that this person is outwardly aggressive, but if somebody aggresses them, they're gonna stand their ground in a more combative way than most of the moon signs. And this can actually cause, if they react unconsciously like this, it can actually cause them more insecurity in life. It's kind of a thing you have to overcome, your moon, your reactions, subconscious reactions. Anyways, let's move on to Mercury. Aries Mercury, very direct type of person, somebody that is direct and aggressive in the way they speak, but I guess you could say assertive. So this person has a confidence about them. They have a certain confidence that they communicate. Creative, intuitive, and risk-taking is usually what the Aries Mercury is colored by. It's like somebody that is can kind of grasp things. When you put something at them or they're learning something, they get it, especially intuitively. They just kind of get it. They have like a forcefulness to them where it's like, I get it, like, let's do this, type of person. They like to take risk. Usually they like to be very, very direct about everything. They can actually be a little bit combative as well, of course. In fact, the Aries energy can be a little bit insensitive and even inconsiderate in terms of other people. So an Aries Mercury could come off a little bit insensitive, a little bit inconsiderate of other people's feelings sometimes, maybe a little bit too direct and aggressive and blunt, but very intuitive too. Can take it if you tell them, hey, be direct back. So what about Venus and Aries, right? This is how you express affection and what you're attracted to. Well, Venus in Aries really likes that, initiative. They like independent types, and they also like to be a bit independent. There can be a little bit of a disconnect intimately, because usually Aries is attracted to more of that independence, fire, spontaneity. They like the beginning of the relationship, the newness, the excitement. It's a very cardinal sign, very fiery. So they really like that, and others are attracted to Aries usually. If you have that Venus Aries, you like people that have that kind of spontaneity and, maybe very romantic very quickly, like bring, a dozen roses on the day of and do some crazy adventure and everything, right? They love that. But also, again, a little bit of an issue with really getting deep intimacy with that Aries Venus archetype. Again, it's how you express your affection and also what you're most attracted to. So a lot of fun though, a lot of fun, right? Anyways, let's take a look at Mars. So Aries Mars. Woo! Aries is ruled by Mars. It's the same type of energy. So it's like a double whammy here. You have somebody that is in overdrive in terms of their willpower and their assertion and their passion and aggression is all very, very fiery. So this person can be very confident, very willful, very risk-taking, very spontaneous, but also, competitive, of course, but also can really help people a lot and help situations. They're very action-oriented type of energies because they are fire and they are cardinal, which means they like to initiate, they like to begin, they like to start, they like to take risk. So if you need somebody on your side, a Mars Aries person would be a good person to have on your side, that's for sure. They're going to stand up for things and take action on things. So I like to describe their sexual energy and their energy, their physical energy, as kind of confident, impulsive, and very driven. And also, it can also be a bit overpowering for some people. But some people love it, right? Especially people with a lot of air qualities. They would love that. That Aries archetype of, let's go, let's do this. Like very explosive type of energy. Very impulsive, very risk-taking. So again, powerful and confident. So that was the inner planets, what we call the personal planets. That's about your personality. But the other thing I'm going to talk to you briefly about, a little extra bonus here, is the South Node, North Node. So if you have South Node in Aries, that would mean in your past lives that you were likely a warrior. You were likely in war, maybe multiple times as a pattern. So in this lifetime, you're learning Libra, which is relationships, partnerships, balance, getting along with others, mediating instead of aggressively going and taking control of things and risk taking and everything. Instead, it's more of a calm lifetime for you if your North Node is in Libra. It's more about you becoming a calmer, more balanced type of person and seeking balanced relationships rather than crazy, explosive, spontaneous, fun, nonstop risk-taking. Right? So it's familiar to you. Being Aries, though, if you have South Node Aries. Let's take a look at the opposite. South Node in Libra means that in your past lives, it was all about relationships and partnerships and balance and harmony and all that good stuff. Now in this lifetime, if your North Node is in Aries, it's about you being independent, about you learning to be confident in yourself and to take self-assertive action, be more action oriented, take the initiative, use your drive. Don't, sit around and be lazy, but, take control of your life. Maybe be an entrepreneur, just like Mars. A lot of Mars Aries are very drawn to being like a leader or an entrepreneur type or a manager or something like that. Same thing with North Node Aries. You take the entrepreneurship role if you are drawn to it. Take that leadership role. Take that independent role. Don't always just fall back on relationships. Always, think about, okay, what do I need to do to be independent? Now, you can be in relationship and partnership, but be in a relationship where they're independent and you're independent. You trust each other, you be there for each other, but you don't have to have that codependent, always trying to control each other's situation going on that South Node, right? South Node Libra is more about that relationship and like merging, whereas this North Node is about you being more of an independent decision maker, being confident in yourself and your decision making, and being with a partner that allows you to express that and be yourself and have your independence and freedom. It's really important for a North Node Aries archetype. So that was my Aries special. Let me know what you think. I would love to know if y'all want me to do more of these. I'm trying to see, what y'all would like for me to talk about, because I talk about astrology a lot in my membership with everyone, and everybody loves the astrology. So I figured I should maybe put some more astrology information out there for all of you on YouTube. Let me know what you think. Give me a like if you do like it, and give me a comment. If you would like to know different things about astrology, I would love to make videos for you. So I have a lot of fun with this, and I look forward to seeing you next week.